Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it. Okay, and I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here. Okay, you put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey. Okay, your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin powder, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
We back. We're back. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and start it off. This is Ratchet Reality, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Let me know. Got a little cold. Okay, got a little cold in my Gymshark bitch, in my for sale Gymshark bodysuit. Okay. Okay, listen, cause I don't know how to act. All right. Hold up, y'all. Let me put my damn robe on. Okay? Because I'm cold. Now that I done showed y'all how the Gymshark bodysuit that I had got hold of. Let me. Because I had to use the bathroom, child. And y'all know how these bodysuits be. Hold up. Because y'all know what I don't need. You know what I don't need? Ugh. I don't need that. Jesus Christ. Okay? I already got titties. I don't need no pads. Ugh. All right. Let's go. Let's get into it. All right. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? We're back. Did you guys check Weekends on? Ready to Love? Ladies Who List Atlanta. Okay, little season finale. Listen, I had to go ahead and put these pictures up here for y'all because I think y'all need to see what it is. I think I need y'all to see what it is. Okay? The ad before the video started was cool sculpting. Child, they wrong for that. No goddamn cool sculpting. Well, right here, child, it's K. Michelle's My Killer Body. And I just want to say that can I tell y'all the truth? I think, what is his name? Davon? I think Davon is full of shit. I think that Davon, and that's why I was asking y'all, do people really be needing to get that skin removed sometimes? Because Davon to me looked like somebody that still had weight to lose. He was 400 pounds, almost 400 pounds, and decided after only losing 100 pounds that he wanted to get ab etching, 360 lipo, tummy tuck, and a breast reduction all at one time, which is a bad sign. No doctor should be telling you that they're going to do all of those things at one time. That's the first thing to remember. Second of all, the second thing to remember, okay, because we're starting with Davon, that we learned from Davon, the second thing to learn, y'all, is that if somebody gives you a consultation without seeing your body, they are not to be trusted. Okay, so there are a few things here that I want everybody to remember. Number one, it doesn't matter if you spend $16,000. If the consultation is not in person, you should not get the surgery. You can't trust that doctor because they're not doing things the way they should be done. Any consultation with your body should be done in person so that they can see your body in person. So the idea that they were supposed to do it through email, they didn't even do it through video chat. They did it through email. Okay. Thank you for signing up for the website. Thank y'all so much. Sign up, BondyBlueShow.com. I am releasing the Bel Air podcast recap review. The first episode is free. To those of y'all who sign up for the website for free, y'all get the first one. All my baby blue and royal blue members, y'all get the full set when I'm done editing them, because right now all that's up is 2, but I have to edit the rest of them to put them up, and I got to get back on it because episode 5 just came out. So thank y'all so much for signing up for the website, BondyBlueShow.com. Thank you, Vmo, for the super chat. We back. I was late for the other live, but I said, not today, Satan. I will catch a live. Thank you so much, V. I'm glad that you that excited to make my lives, girl. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yes, the ab etching looks weird once your actual ab starts to develop. Okay, can we talk about somebody else that got ab sketching that I felt like, why? Tammy's daughter. Y'all know Tammy's daughter, right? Lyric. Is it Lyric or Jazz? It's Jazz. Jazz got ab etching, and I was like, is she serious? Because she was doing a lot of advertising for it. And I was like, is she really doing ab etching? And the reason why I felt like that was unnecessary is because she was already this little. I just didn't understand why you wouldn't just do ab workouts and then you will get the abs. Jay, yeah. And she went and got that shit. And I was just kind of like, okay, girl, I guess that was necessary. I guess, girl, I ain't about to judge you, but I was just kind of like, well, that seemed unnecessary. That seemed like you didn't need that. And they say that you can always tell real versus etched abs. Child, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. We'll talk about it at another time, child. I thought you were gonna say Just Hilarious. I have not seen Just Hilarious. I know she got a BBL. I know that. Got her a little butt. It didn't look bad. It didn't look bad, but I was just like, okay, girl, y'all gonna, talk to me in a few years. Okay, talk to me in a few years. Because everybody's all happy with their results until we about 4, 5, 6, 7 years later, and you like this lady right here with holes in her ass. I'm just saying. Hold up, y'all. Let me turn my heat down. Let me turn my heat off because I was cold and now I'm getting warm now that I'm back in front this damn light. Hold up, I'm coming. Did y'all like the video on the way in? Can y'all do me a favor and like the video? Can y'all also subscribe to my website, BondyBlueShow.com? Thank you very much. All right. So let me pull up the notes because I don't want to miss anything. But the thing that I noticed the most this episode was I felt like everybody was completely ignoring common sense to get these surgeries. And that's what bothers me about it, is that you ignore all common sense. You ignore everything that's telling you this isn't smart so that you can get this surgery. And that's what I want people to stop doing. So if you go to a doctor and the doctor isn't giving you a consultation in person, that's not a good doctor. If the doctor is only doing consultation via email, that is not a good doctor. If you are going to someone's hotel room, that is not a doctor. It doesn't matter if they're wearing gloves. It doesn't matter if they have the paper over the bed or over the table that you're laying on. If it is not a reputable doctor that is doing things through a hospital, then I feel like y'all shouldn't be fucking around with it, to tell you the truth. Like, I only fuck with doctors in a actual hospital system for the most part. Like, they have checks and balances involved because it's a complex, okay? Meaning that everybody is under the ASHNA system, okay? So they have, I feel safer dealing with them because I know, like, as a company, their doctors have to be like, checks and balanced, basically, versus doctors that you can just find online or any old where. Like, I feel like, you should be looking for doctors that are from reputable places that you can trust. You know what I'm saying? Board certified. Exactly. It should not just be any old body. And ass shots. This girl got ass shots probably around 2006. Okay, so she got them right when they first started doing them. And she got them done where most of the girls get them done, at the strip club. Okay, we're gonna go person for person, but I just want y'all to recognize certain things that they're saying, because a lot of y'all are thinking about getting these surgeries. And I want y'all to hear what is happening, because y'all, I feel like I talked about this years ago. I'm gonna repost that video over here of me talking about the BBL situation in the ass shots. I talked about it like in 2012. I was called everything from a hater but a child of God. Okay, I was called everything but a child of God. I was a hater. I was, I don't know what I'm talking about, all of that shit. And now we're about 10 years. No, we're 10 years later, and this lady has holes in her ass. I just want y'all, I just want people to understand. Okay. Much of these surgeries are not approved to even do, so they cannot get board certified doctors. That's another thing. This shit is not board certified. The stuff that he got could have been done by a board certified doctor, but whoever they was, they couldn't have been one if they were going to give him all of those surgeries at one time. And then we saw what happened. I think he kept going back to the same doctor he got the surgery from in Miami versus going to a doctor at home. Probably somebody that don't have insurance. Got a nice apartment. I don't know. You could have insurance, sir, but something made me feel like you didn't have insurance, because if you did, then I feel like you would have been going to your doctor at home, and your doctor at home would have been giving him the drains, because he needed to get drains more often. He was going to Miami every other month to get drains from the same doctor. And that makes me feel like that doctor was doing that because that doctor did his surgery the wrong way. So instead of getting sued by him, you decided to just go ahead and provide those drains once every month or so that, you could say you're helping him and he don't have to pay for a real, doctor and insurance and all of that. Because I feel like if he would have went to the emergency room around his house, you know what I'm saying? Like a emergency room somewhere, they would have told him what needed to be done. So his situation had me thinking like, you acting like you did this the right way, but you didn't. And I also felt like it wasn't about the skin. He's saying he had to get rid of the loose skin, but I feel like it wasn't about the skin because, nigga, you were still fat. I'm sorry. I know you lost 100 pounds, but you were still fat. I needed you to get all the way down. I think I needed you to get to like a place where you got muscle everywhere and it's just this little bit of skin that you needed to get removed. That's what I needed to see. Okay. And that's not what I saw. I saw somebody that lost 100 pounds and still looked like they was fat and decided that that was enough. So now they can go and get surgery. Did Dr. Now tell you that you all you had to do was lose 100 pounds to get all this surgery? Because to me, that's what it felt like. It felt like you always wanted to get the surgery, and somebody must have told you you needed to lose a certain amount of weight in order to get the surgery. And so you lost that weight so you can get that surgery. Because I don't know if he's working out thereafter, but it didn't look like he was working out. I don't know if he could work out with the shit that he got going on up here with the chest leaking all the time. But it made me feel like you wasn't really trying to work out to lose all of the weight. You was trying to work out till you could get to a point where you can go and get some fucking surgery, which is crazy to me. Because the hardest part is starting. And once you've started, I feel like it's more important to just keep going. And keep going until you get to the desired weight or the desired size, and then assess if you need to get skin removed. Because to me, if you was 400, almost 400 pounds, you lost 100 pounds, and that means you were at 3, and now you want to go and get 360 lipo, my nigga. Like, no, that wasn't about skin. That was about you being smaller without having to lose all the weight. Ciao. It's, to me, it's them lying to themselves. And that's why I said, I be wondering sometimes if it's about the skin or is an excuse so you could not feel as bad about the decision that you made, right? So let's get back into Davon right quick. Davon lost that weight, when he got that excess skin moved and all of that, got his ass on social media. And that's another thing. Y'all on social media making people think that plastic surgery is so easy to get, and it's not. It's not. Okay. And let's not even talk about getting addicted to the pain meds they give you after the heal. They don't talk about none of the shit that they really need to be talking about with people before they give them these surgeries. But he spent $16,000, so he felt like he was doing what he was supposed to be doing, but that's not what it gave. It gave that you had some type of infection, okay? He tells her about how he found a doctor and a consultation was through email, red flag. He was getting a breast reduction, 360 lipo, and a tummy tuck, second red flag. He has to get his pecs drained now every other month. He goes to see the doctor and finds out that he has a seroma. He went to see the doctor that the show put them in contact with, Robenstein, I think. But anyway, he is wondering why his doctor let him go so long with the seroma if he could have just went in and removed the seroma. And I'm like, that's because that doctor knew that it probably would take more tools, more time, more money for you to get the seroma removed, and he didn't want to do that. He would much rather cheaply come and drain you and let your ass die. Okay, which is why I feel like dude probably did not have probably did not have real insurance at all. Okay, but anyway, he he doesn't want to listen to his mom. Okay, his mom tells him that he needs to get another psychological evaluation, or he needs to talk to somebody, because she wants to make sure that after this he doesn't keep doing little things to tweak himself. I felt like he completely disregarded what his mom was saying, as if she doesn't know what she's talking about because she doesn't understand the mechanics of the surgeries. But the truth of the matter is, you should be listening to your mama, because you do need to go to therapy. I think the reason why his mom didn't show up for that surgery is because his mom feels like he did this to himself. Not to say that that's right. I feel like it was fucked up that she said she was going to come and then didn't come. And you can tell that this is something he's used to dealing with. His mom saying she's going to be there and not being there. But I also feel like his mom probably felt like, I told you not to go and get that fucking surgery, and you went anyway. And now look at your ass. And now you want me to take time off from work to come down there to Atlanta to be there for you while you go get this surgery fixed. And you're not even listening to me about going and getting some help psychologically. He was like, I don't really listen to her when she tell me stuff. Okay, then what the fuck she need to spend money coming out there to be there with you for? You know what I'm saying? But I also know that you can't have surgeries like that without somebody being there for you. So I'm wondering if somebody from the show ended up being the proxy, because somebody had to be there for him. But I just feel like I didn't like the fact that his mom told him she would be there and then she didn't come. Like, that was fucked up to me. But anyway, thank you so much to Scalini. Shalee, girl, Mitchell. Y'all know I can't pronounce. Look, I'm gonna try. Okay, Scalini. If I feel like it's Scalini, that's what I feel like, but I can't tell. Either way, thank you so much for the super chat, my love. I appreciate you. I was just diagnosed with PTSD, and I want you to know that watching you is helping me. I love your beauty, boldness, and honesty, and you make me laugh. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you for that. Okay, I'm sorry that you got diagnosed with PTSD, but I know what that's like, child. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you. That's tough. But I'm glad watching me helps. I appreciate you for telling me that. Now that you say it, it makes sense, because I thought he could have lost 100 more. That's what I was saying. I know, right? Bondy. I don't know what this means. Patreon about, I can't sign up for the website. Was going. I don't know what you're saying here exactly, my love. But if you go to bondyblueshow.com, you should be able to sign up to become either a free member or a paid member. Okay. And if you're trying to sign up on Patreon, I'm not doing Patreon anymore. There are people who are on Patreon, but I'm not doing that anymore. So I don't know what you're trying to do, but go to bondyblueshow.com and it should prompt you to become a member. Download the app. You can go to the member tab, Bondy Blue Show, the Bondy Blue member tab up there at the top of the site. So yeah. But you can also, email me if you're having issues, bondy.brittany@gmail.com. All right, y'all. So yes, that was his situation. He went and got the surgery by himself, and they were able to get all of the seroma out so that he wouldn't have any more leakage from his breast, because it was leaking from that left side. But he was by himself, and I just felt sad for him that he was by himself. But he absolutely healed much better, as y'all can see. This child, this row here, this row is before and this row is after. Okay, obviously. So let's move on to the lady. Okay, Miss Lady here, what's her name? Akeisha. Akeisha got silicone butt injections. Akeisha is like who the show is made for. The girls who were strippers back in the late 2000s. when the silicone injections became a thing. I also don't like the way Akeisha kept saying that, you know, she had a child at 19 and she was trying to pay bills, so she became a stripper. And when she was stripping, the girls who was making the most money stripping had the big asses, so that's why she wanted to, you know, go and get the silicone injections. But every time she was asked her story, she would start off by saying that, you know, she had her child at 19, and that kind of made me feel like, does your son feel like you blame him for doing this to yourself? Because there are a whole bunch of people that have kids early on and it doesn't lead them to this. You know what I'm saying? So I just wonder sometimes, not to say that she blames him, but the language, what that language can sound like when you repeatedly are telling people that the reason why you're in this circumstance right now is because you were a mom trying to take care of her kid. Where I feel like just being a mom trying to take care of your kid is not what ends up with this. This is you not using your common sense. This is you allowing the allure of getting money and attention to outweigh your common sense. Because when I tell you nobody should let anybody inject anything in their body from a motherfucking Dixie cup, I don't like that. I wish the mom would have said that and not the bogus reason of traffic missing the flight. Yeah, I didn't like that she did that either. Talking about I missed my flight, traffic was heavy. No, ma'am, you never intended to go. And that's what you should have told your son, instead of making him feel like you were going to be there for him and then leaving him hanging. That was fucked up. And nobody needs to be thinking about nobody loving them when they're going into surgery. Like, because you're already scared. So I just felt like his mom was fucked up for that. And, you know, she could have just been honest with him. But back to Akeisha. So she explains that the lady had paper on the table and gloves in her apartment. So she let her shoot her in the ass with what she thought was silicone from a Dixie cup. 4 years later, the bruising and the pain starts, okay? And then the hardening. And she said it starts out with a pimple, and then the next week, the pimple turns into a full-on hole in her ass, basically. And her body is rejecting the silicone. So the silicone is being pushed to the outskirts of her ass. And because the silicone is not real, it's causing the flesh to harden and die. That's why it's so dark, because the flesh in that area is dying. Okay, it's dead. So they're gonna have to cut it off and have new flesh, new healthier flesh grow in its place. Y'all, the body is so amazing that it allows you to do this type of fucked up stuff to it, and it's still trying to save you. Akeisha's body is rejecting the silicone. Her body is like, bitch, we don't like this. Get this out of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, your body had more common sense than you did, bitch. Like, I cannot, and I hate to make people feel bad because I know they're so critical of themselves. And that was one of the things that the guy, Devion, child, I've been saying his name wrong. Is it Devion or Davon? I'm gonna call the man Davon. Davon was talking about how hard it is for him, and he talked about that with K. Michelle about how hard it is dealing with, you know, people being so critical of them. And that's why it's like, I want y'all to not watch my reviews. Don't watch my reviews. My reviews are for the people that are thinking about getting this shit done, because they need to hear this the way I'm saying it. And I don't need to think about having to not be critical, because the truth of the matter is, y'all ignored so many things in order to put yourself in this situation. And now you're really sitting up here on television telling me that when you were 25 years old, when you got this shit done, you didn't think that you would have to deal with this 20 years down the line. And I'm mad because I feel like people like myself and other people used to be online talking about this shit all the time, and y'all would just think that people was hating. And it's like, no, people have common sense and recognize that your ass is not a place to get surgery. Your ass that you always sitting on, that you always laying on. And I know, because I was saying the same shit 10 years ago when I was that age. You think I didn't have the same pressures of Instagram and looking a certain way? I have the same. I may not be a stripper, but I'm somebody that is known on social media. You don't think I don't have the same pressures to look a certain way? Everybody who's on social media, especially Black women, or women period, have the pressure to look a certain way. So to me, to act like, you did something that just was a young, dumb thing. No, it was not. It is not a young, dumb thing to ignore all of the scientific facts that you should not have surgeries in anybody's hotel room, that you should not let anybody that's not a fucking doctor and a real good one inject your ass with something, let alone out of a Dixie cup. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Ignoring all of these moments that should be a no to you. All of these moments that should be a this is not right moment. And you just told me about going to an apartment, a bitch pulling silicone from a Dixie cup, okay? And you telling me that you didn't think you were going to have to deal with the ramifications of this. How could you think you wouldn't have to deal with the ramifications of this when if somebody gets shot, if somebody catches a sickness too bad at a certain age, they could have issues from it. People who do drugs, you can get off the drugs. Let me tell you something. One of my ex-girlfriends, her grandmother used to do heroin when she was younger. By the time me and her came along, our age in the late 80s, grandma had been stopped doing heroin, okay? Grandma had been stopped doing dope. Grandma had gotten her life together years ago. But guess what? When grandma got in her fucking 70s, all of a sudden, she starts to have issues. And she ends up dying later on in life because of the drug use that she did early on in her life. So at the end of the day, for you to assume that your body would not react to you putting silicone in your ass, I just don't understand. And that means you're ignoring common sense. And that's what I don't like about any of this. And I want y'all to stop doing that. Stop ignoring all of the red lights blinking, telling you don't go this way. Don't go this way. Don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this girl really was like ignoring, and the same thing with the guy, ignoring things that you know are telling you this is not the way. Y'all, your body is all you have. You only get one. You only get one body. You cannot take those types of risk and think that it won't affect you. I just don't understand. I don't give a fuck how young I am. I'm not going to not think that getting ass injections might cause me issues in 10 years. Because I remember back then saying, talk to me in 10 years. I'm gonna repost that video. I'm gonna go find that video and I'm going to repost that video to YouTube so that y'all can see me talking about that shit 10 years ago. Okay. But either way, y'all, I'm just being real with y'all because it's so frustrating to see her going through all of this pain. Beautiful woman, strong. Okay. She has to be strong. I'm gonna tell you why I know that lady's strong. That lady sat there beautiful. Okay. Beautiful, well put together, and calmly explained this traumatic experience in her life. When she said she been going through this shit, living in a prison for 13 or 14 years, the cobalt and arsenic poisoning in her bloodstream, y'all, I get upset. I get upset with her because I'm like, there was no reason for you to harm yourself in this way. Over what? Over looking a certain way for these niggas? So you can make money at a career that you know you're going to not do forever? Nobody's stripping forever. Why are you getting shit done in your body for a career that you only going to be doing until your son get old enough to recognize his mama being a stripper? Vanity. Exactly. Wanting to look a certain way so bad that you'll ignore all of the red flags. Please stop being like that, y'all. Please stop being like that. Listen to me. Please stop being like that. Looks are not that important. Like, I know you think they are, but to me, health is always more important. Health is always more important. I can put on lashes. I can put on a wig. I can go to a dermatologist. I can put cute clothes on fat. Peplum. The bitches made peplum for those of us with stomachs. Okay, y'all know I used to. Not as much anymore, child. I'm a little below to my period about to start. Don't judge me. But what I am saying is, y'all, there's a way to handle everything in a way that can make you feel better without you harming yourself. And I feel like that is what they did. And she even talks about how she got addicted to doing it after, which makes me sad. She said she went back 6 more times. 6 times to get this shit put in her body, y'all. That means 6 times you ignored how problematic it was for you to go to that lady's apartment and have her squirt shit in your ass from a Dixie cup. God knows what she put in you. Just like the last episode, Talia saying that it was actually the stuff they got in freeze packs, blended with some fucking baby oil. Yes, arsenic can cause cancer, cobalt, all of that shit in your bloodstream, those elevated levels of, metal in your blood can definitely cause you to die. It causes you to be sick. It causes you not to feel well. So even though y'all looking at this lady with her ass cheeks all fucked up, I'm thinking about how hard it is for her to sit down every day. Y'all, all I do is sit and work. Either I'm sitting on here doing lives or I'm sitting watching a TV show so I can make notes. I could not imagine not being able to sit on my ass. And this lady says that her wounds open and close whenever they feel like it. And you know what that means? That means her body is constantly trying to fight to get this out of her body. So you know she's always tired. She probably always feels fatigued. Y'all don't do this to yourself, because there are a lot of y'all that still want to go and get BBLs. And what y'all don't understand is that BBLs are not that different from the silicone injections. Yeah, the silicone injections are bad because once that shit disseminates in your body, it's just in there. But your body can do the same thing, rejecting the fat. And y'all be like, no, because it's fat from your body. Bitch, it doesn't matter. Once the fat has been removed from one place in your body, it is foreign. So once you put it into another part of your body, it's foreign, and your body can still do what? Reject it, which is what her body is doing. And it's so sad to me. Beautiful woman. And she now has to go to the doctor and get chunks cut out of her ass and then sewed so that new healthy flesh can grow. And then she has to repeat it probably 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to have to probably do this another 5 to 6 more times to get rid of all of the dead tissue that has formed on both of her legs and butt cheeks, and then allowing that skin to grow back healthy. As you can see in this top one, she got like that top part taken off. Y'all see this indentation? Child, I'm trying to get my fingers right. This indentation, damn it. There we go. Okay. This, because y'all know it's crisscross, so it's not the same. This right here, this indentation, this is the part where she got removed, right? I think that's the part she got removed. And up here, you can see the skin looks healthier where she's taking the bandage off. Excuse me. So the surgery is working. And she said she was already feeling better. So I'm so grateful that there's a way for her to begin fixing the damage. But I understand how upset you have to be at yourself for doing this to yourself. And that's what I want everybody to remember when y'all want to do these things. Okay, when y'all want to get BBLs, I want y'all to remember you don't know how your body is going to handle it, and you don't know what your mental is going to be when you are disabled, because this causes you to be disabled. You can't do what you, I know she ain't fucking nobody. When was the last time you think this lady had sex? When was the last time you think she felt comfortable enough to allow a man to fuck her, knowing that the wounds on her ass can open and close at any time? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Y'all can keep playing if y'all want to. Take your ass to the gym. Get your ass on YouTube. Get your ass on ifyoucanmove.com. Okay, pull up Kiara LASHAE. Do something, but don't do this. Do something, but don't do this. The plastic surgeon himself warned about the dangers of BBLs because of injecting fat into tiny arteries and blood. Some shit he said. Go look at his page from the summer. Okay. Child, what somebody said about that? I saw somebody say something about Dr. Miami. Okay, Dr. Miami even said that BBL is the most dangerous of the plastic surgery options. It is. And another thing I want y'all to remember is how much you sit and fall on your ass. And that's what I have been saying from the beginning, because I felt like, y'all, the strongest muscle in your body is your butt muscles, because they control your back and they control your legs. So just imagine the pain you're going to be in once you put something in that area that can cause issue to the muscle and the bone in that area, because that's what infection eats away at bone, y'all. So just be careful, because I don't think it's worth it. I don't think BBLs are worth it. I think that everybody thinks that, oh, it looks great and it's okay, and oh, my friend got it and it looks great, and my friend got this and it looks great, and I just be kind of like, all that. Give it a few years. Give it a few years because everybody be talking that shit until you 5 years post surgery and then talk to me about how your ass is handling the BBL. Because I feel like it's too few and far in between for people that have great results and they never have any issues. Because all I hear about is girls leaking from their ass. That's all I hear about. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got to say about it. Let's move on from there. Okay? I hope that this show helps y'all realize this ain't the way. Because I know there are a lot of my beautiful women out there that are thinking about getting that done because y'all just think, oh, if I just had a little bit more ass, you know. But the truth of the matter is, y'all, you would look much better if you just worked out. Surgery bodies don't look that great. I know y'all think they do, but they don't, especially if your ass is already fat. And y'all know it'd be a lot of y'all already thick, fat girls that want to go and get fat sucked out your stomach and put in your ass so you can have fat arms and fat titties and fat legs and a fat ass and a real flat, tight, weird looking stomach. It doesn't look good. I know y'all think it look good, but just remember that Instagram is not real, meaning that people are filtering and photoshopping the fuck out of every photo that they post. Do you hear me? Child, the only thing I do is skin perfector and blur the background. I ain't got time for all that. Okay? But I tell y'all, I'll skin perfect the fuck out of a picture. Do you hear me? I don't give a fuck. Because I feel like ultimately sometimes them cameras be making your skin look worse than it look in person. All right, so let's move on to the next show, y'all. Let's talk about growing up hip hop. That's the next show. Oh, child, why y'all always saying so? What happened with Super? What happened with Super? Tell me before we move on what happened with Super, because I'm lost. I be seeing her, but I didn't see anything about her surgeries. I will be honest, I wanted it done prior to watching this show. Sunshine, I'm glad that you don't want it to get done no more, my girl. Because just know that you beautiful the way you are. And working out is the best thing you can do for your health and for your body. Even if you don't feel like doing it, getting older is one of the best things you can do because your shit gonna start to deteriorate whether you like it or not. But just know it ain't worth it. It's really, really not. Like, I think that y'all be thinking that a bigger ass is gonna make you look better when really going get in the gym and getting that body tone and getting that energy up and getting them orgasms popping, because you can't do all of that once you get surgery. You be having to wait. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to really weigh it for real, for what it really is versus what they showing you this shit is on Instagram. Them hoes be leaking from their ass, can hardly stand up, but as long as they can take a picture to pop out their ass, you think it's what's up, and it's not. I want y'all to be healthy more than anything. Life is too short to make life harder, on yourself so that you can look a certain way. She had a butt reduction. She said that was causing her back. Hello, girl. I've been saying that, y'all. I'm laughing because it's so funny how I never heard somebody really say it, but I've been saying it because I know how my lower back feels sometimes. Like, I ain't got no big old ass, but when I was bigger before I started losing weight, my lower back will always hurt. It was always hurting me. And the more weight I lost, the less it hurt. I hardly ever have back pain unless I'm just sore from working out. But like, child, I get arm pains and shit like that from laying on your arm all fucked up. Nigga be laying like this. Now you wake up, your arm all fucked up. Okay. But I'm telling y'all, and to me, Super had one of the best BBLs that I've ever seen because her stomach looked real. Like, when she got her tummy tuck and all of that, her stomach was one of the best ones I've ever seen. So that lets you know. And she got paper. So just know she ain't cheap out on her shit. And it still ended up not being, a good situation. Do you know what I'm saying? Please just work out, y'all. It has so many other benefits. Please just exercise. Please just get on some muscle training and start to try to tone your body, lifting. You know what I'm saying? Like, get into the physical of it, because it's gonna be so much better for you, and you're gonna have the legs to match the ass. And there's nothing worse than the legs that don't match the ass, y'all. They don't look good. I saw a picture of Lala Anthony the other day, and I was like, word, Lala. Them legs looking a little small there. Imagine getting pregnant with these BBL bodies. I know that's uncomfortable. Ooh, who you talk, girl? You know I be thinking it, but I won't say it because they be acting like don't nothing be wrong.
She said that it also made it hard for her to wear certain pants because of the gap in her lower back. But child, I know, because nobody's making clothes for that weird ass body shape. People make clothes for regular body shapes that have a 0.7 or more waist differentiation from hip to waist. Nobody's making clothes for BBL except for Fashion Nova and them. And are you gonna always wear spandex? I think not. Sometimes you want to slack. Sometimes you want to slack. Okay. I know she the Latina Kardashian girl. We know. What else? My mom works for a rehab center. It's too many young women post surgery in these places. I keep saying it, and it's because their mind is gone behind this shit. Look at Erica Mena when she did Wildin' Out. They made fun of that pants gap. They and I know she feel bad, but her ass cheeks look terrible on that show. Did y'all see that shit? And that's how you know they really not confident in their bodies once they get that shit done. Because if you was really comfortable in them ass cheeks, you would have been in a thong bathing suit on VH1. And Erica had cargo pants on when they were at the pool. Do you know why? Because them ass cheeks without clothes on them looks bad. Probably got discoloration and everything else. Child, you gotta wear a belt. It is what it is. But let's move on to growing up hip hop, y'all. Okay, let's get away from the conversation about the BBLs because we can talk about it forever, really. Because there's always somebody that wants to argue with you about the shit, and there's always somebody that wants to act like they had a good outcome. When I say I was talking to my homegirl, she's like, my friend. I'm telling you, my friend, and I'm just like, all that. Like you can't tell me that shit don't have complications. You can't. I won't believe you. I just won't. I'm sorry. Like, I won't believe you. You can't tell me that shit don't have complications. And I'm going to tell you why. Because once them girls get all of that shit done to their body, I don't never see them in the gym like they was allegedly before. And to me, if you're not in a gym, that means that you probably physically not as strong. Like, once you get that shit done, a lot of the girls go in the gym because they want to, like, keep it that way. If you're not working out, it's probably because you can't. Once you go and get that shit done, because you're having some type of, some issues with it. Ask Safari why he. I'm gonna let it go. We're moving on to growing up hip hop, y'all. All right, y'all ready? Growing up hip hop. Hold up, y'all. Y'all know what? Before I slide over to that, we need to change up the energy right quick. I'm gonna make y'all like this video. Give me a second. Okay, we're back on. Yeah, you was grooving. Stupid ass. Those pants are cute. I couldn't find them. You have a shirt that matches them though, but that's okay. We ain't going nowhere. We chilling. You be comfortable. It is, but I'm telling you, you have that color green in a shirt somewhere. It's pewter. Yeah, it's in a green family. It's pewter. Okay, y'all. See, lyrics talk. See, it's got a green in it. Don't put my hat. Y'all, lyric is putting my hats on. You do, like with a jacket on. Put the shoulders up. Stupid ass. All right, y'all ready? All right, I'm sorry. Okay. So, growing up hip hop, Sean and TT are arguing again. Like, he's like, look at me. I'm doing something for the wedding. He's talking about TT. So, like, they must have just flew in for the wedding. They flew into Florida. They go to the hotel to check in where they're getting married. It's a whole situation because she has to find the documentation on her phone. He sleep, somewhere in the lobby. There's a babysitter with the baby. Then they get in the car and he has an attitude. And he's like, she's working on the wedding. Oh, my God. I don't know, y'all, but Sean and TT are exhausting to me. They argue about the dumbest shit. And TT in a moment, like, completely ignores him. But I feel like this is only for the moment because she has something else to focus on. Because when she don't have a moment, she is as petty as she wants to be with him. And they are petty together. And I guess they may be perfect for each other. But to me, they're not going to stay together. Like, the only reason their relationship probably works as well as it does is because they spend a lot of time apart. When relationships aren't that great, spending time apart is some of the best shit for those relationships because y'all get a chance to miss each other. So you with each other long enough to annoy each other slightly, and then you're away from each other long enough to miss each other and forget about the annoyance, and then you come back together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it feels like for me with Sean and TT, especially when we remember the conversation about them not living in the same place for more than 2 months at a time because Sean has to be in Jamaica and TT is living in the States somewhere, child. I don't know. But anyway, their relationship is coming off a lot like mother and son at the beginning of the episode, just aggravating the shit out of me. So y'all, then we got JoJo whining to Vanessa and Angela about Tanise not focusing on him. She's only focused on the baby. Nigga, the baby is 3 months old. Nigga, the baby is 3 months old. I'm gonna need for you to keep all of your complaints about the energy and the attention not being on you for the first year of a new baby. If it's still like that after a year, then you need to start having conversations with your wife about how you're feeling. But I need for you to give a new baby a year of mom's attention without you complaining like a fucking bitch. I'm sorry, I hate to curse like that, y'all, but JoJo pisses me off. I really hope that JoJo is doing this for the show. Y'all know, acting like an asshole just to keep people interested in the show, because if not, what the fuck else is there to talk about? JoJo, what advice are you guys giving me? To be patient because your wife had a baby 3 months ago? And then sitting up there talking about it's not new. This is the second baby. It's not new. It's the second baby. Nigga, if you don't understand that having 2 children is different than having one, I don't know what you're doing at the house. I don't know if you're actually participating in taking care of them. I feel like y'all might have too much help if you don't recognize that there is more of a load when you have 2 children under the age of 5. Especially when one is 3 months old. JoJo, you're a whining ass bitch. And I want you to just go cheat on her and shut the fuck up. And then don't let her know about it and cheat with somebody that can be quiet. That's what I want. I would rather JoJo go cheat and shut the fuck up and come home and do what he's supposed to do for Tanise and not aggravate her with his complaints. Just go get you some pussy somewhere else and then hurry up and come home at a reasonable hour and do what you need to do for your wife and your children if that's what you need to do. Because to hear you whining like this will probably annoy the absolute fuck out of me more than anything else. Just go cheat. That's what you're doing, right? That's what you're doing. You're building up the argument for why cheating is okay because she wasn't giving you enough attention in the 3 months after she had a baby. First of all, you can like to me, I just feel like it takes 6 weeks for a woman to completely heal usually. And that's when you don't have a C-section. You know what I'm saying? Like 6 weeks to vaginally heal before you can have sex again after having a child. So that's just a little over a month and a half, right? Almost 2 months. And now the baby is at 3 months and you're complaining. I need for you to wait for a full year. Every man out there that is with a woman that is in a long-term relationship or married to a woman and she has a baby, I need for you to give it a full year before you start bitching and complaining about your feelings. Because when a new baby is in the building, nobody gives a fuck about your feelings. Put your feelings aside. You're the adult here. So you're supposed to be able to deal with the fact that things are a little bit difficult in your relationship because y'all have a brand new baby. And maybe if you were worried about the baby the way your wife was worrying about the baby, then it would provide more energy for something else. But to me, it seems like you leave everything to Tanise until she asks you to do something. And then when she's too tired to do everything else, like jump on your dick, you're upset. But you're not doing anything to provide any ease for her besides paying for shit and screaming and hollering like a fucking child. Your father should be ashamed of you. Angela talks about wanting to freeze her eggs because she wants kids, but she isn't in a relationship right now. So she just wants to make sure that that option is still there for her. That makes sense to me. I don't know why anybody was asking her stupid questions about that. That seems to make complete sense to me. Freeze them eggs, girl. Do what you got to do. Eric goes to get his haircut, but I don't know why he was sitting there getting his haircut with a fucking hat on. Y'all, I can't stand Eric and Aaliyah. I can't stand Eric and Aaliyah. Let me tell you why. Because y'all look like shit on camera. And that's no disrespect. Aaliyah It's cool for you to be fresh faced. It is. But if you're gonna be fresh faced, I need for you to get your hair done and have cute clothes on if you're not gonna wear any makeup. And if you're not gonna get your hair done, I'm gonna need for you to at least put some eyeliner on and put on a cute outfit. Like, I need you to try in some respect. And Eric, I need for you to come into the era of which we live in now. Why are you getting your hair cut with a fucking hat on? Why is that? What the fuck was that? It's just stupid. Just as dumb. I'm sorry. Anyway, y'all. So he's in there getting his hair cut. His uncles are in there talking to him about this documentary about his daddy that came out that I thought was stupid. And he thinks it's stupid as well. Finds out that Lazy Bone was a part of it. And now he's feeling betrayed because he just told Lazy Bone that he wasn't cool with his sisters being a part of this documentary. So why the fuck did Lazy Bone listen to him complain about that and not say anything about him being in a documentary? So now Eric is feeling away. Eric has a conversation with Lazy later on and tells him that he felt like it was a betrayal. And Lazy was like, oh, Lord, betrayal. I just thought I was there to, represent for Easy. That's what I thought I was there for. No, what you thought you were there for is to try to do what you guys wanted to do back when Easy first died, which is try to create some separation between him and him dying of AIDS, because y'all make it seem like if he had AIDS, then he must have also been sleeping around with men, which we all know does not need to have happened. Like, when did Easy die? 95? Probably around 95, 94, in that area, in that time frame. Yeah, there were enough straight people catching HIV and AIDS at that point in order for us to know that you could have just been sleeping around with a lot of different women in order to get HIV or AIDS. So I feel like y'all trying to make it seem like it was a conspiracy and he didn't really have HIV and AIDS is because everybody wants to try to make it seem like, oh, we don't want anybody to think he had that disease, because then they would think that he was also having sex with men. And we don't want anybody to think that Eazy-E and his Jerry curl was having sex with men. And this is what I want y'all to know. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Eazy-E is still in history as one of the most influential artists in hip hop. Misogynistic, ignorant as fuck, but made some bangers and signed some incredible artists that went on to be classics in hip hop for the rest of their lives. Nobody gives a fuck about whether Eazy-E had AIDS or HIV or not. Nobody cares. He's dead. Nobody cares. Nobody. Nobody cares if he was straight. Nobody cares if he fucked dudes. Nobody cares about that. At this point, the only thing that matters is that Eazy-E was a rapper in the 90s that came up with NWA. Because of him, we have Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, like everybody that came up on the West Coast literally came up because Eazy-E was the one out there selling drugs and paying for everybody to have studio time. Okay, maybe not Snoop, but y'all know, like, yeah, not Snoop. Dre is responsible for. Well, no, because technically Eazy-E is responsible for Dre. And that's just how everybody thinks about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody that came from NWA, and therefore everybody that came from NWA, whoever they helped get on, that's why Eazy-E is so influential. Okay? Because he's responsible for some of the biggest groups in hip hop coming to fruition, and therefore also being able to bring in even more talent. Eazy-E's responsible for Dre. So everybody that Dre brought in, Eazy-E was responsible for by proxy. You know what I'm saying? So he's still who he is. His sexuality doesn't matter. Him dying of HIV and AIDS only mattered during the time because it just showed that anybody and everybody can die from HIV and AIDS. That's what it showed. It showed that hood niggas that everybody believed to be straight can still die from HIV and AIDS. And we know that. We know that because there have been a lot of people that have been heterosexual that have died or have caught HIV and AIDS. It's not a gay people's disease. It's a disease that was put out there to probably harm gay people, but it ended up being for everybody because, as we all know, everybody fucks everybody, essentially. There is no STD that's going to stay amongst one group. I'm sorry. Get that out your mind, okay? Right. Eazy-E was also responsible for death row. Anything that came thereafter, anything that came after Eazy, in LA, he's basically in some way responsible for in one way or another. His legacy is what it is, y'all. His legacy is what it is. Like, there's no need for y'all to feel like there's anything that needs to be fixed as it pertains to Eazy-E's legacy. Okay? So please fucking stop. We all know y'all just trying to get more money. That's what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to get money. And we want y'all to try to find and get money a different way. Try to get money a different way. Re-release some shit. I don't know. Do something for your damn self. Be a real artist. Instead of trying to, live off your father's coattails for the rest of your fucking life. Do better. Shit, y'all work on my nerves. And Lazy, you full of shit too. Lazy, you full of shit. Okay? I'm sorry, y'all. Lazy Bone has always been my favorite bone, but Lazy Bone is full of shit. You did it because you also want to try to separate Eazy from the whole gay thing, which nobody ever really thought like that. But either way, you probably were getting paid for being in that documentary. So I feel like that's why you showed up, because niggas don't say no to paychecks. Okay? That's why. And you didn't tell Eric because you knew Eric was going to be mad. You knew he was going to feel away, which is why you didn't tell him. And you sitting up there talking about the reason why you didn't tell him is because you thought he already knew. You're a lie. You said in a confessional that you wasn't going to tell him that because you knew he would be upset. Bondy, stop making sense. You're shattering the strongly maintained ignorance. I'm trying. That's what my lot in life to do, hopefully. HIV and AIDS doesn't have a target. A famous actor's wife got a blood transfusion. She contracted HIV. Her unborn daughter and son, and the wife and daughter died, and the little boy lived. That shit is crazy. What famous actor's wife from a blood transfusion? Who? I know that happens though, but who? Child, y'all remember that episode of the Golden Girls when Rose got a blood transfusion and they called her into the hospital because she had to get checked for HIV and AIDS because she had a blood transfusion, and it was before they was checking people's blood, so they had to go back in and start rechecking all of the blood they had recently given out in the past few years to make sure that it didn't have, that they didn't give somebody HIV or AIDS from giving them a blood transfusion. Nobody ever questioned his sexuality. But yeah, y'all, I definitely, Elizabeth, Paul Michael Glasser from Starsky and Hutch, Elizabeth Glasser. Okay. White people I don't know. Gotcha. Yeah, that was some magic you just did just then. Based off the way it looked like you did surgery to create that. I'm coming, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Look, I didn't realize what that was. I didn't realize what it was. So it tastes like that?
I mean, it don't smoke like that, but if your lips taste like if you taste it.
Okay.
I like it because the
yeah, no, we don't do
really
that.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just burning, but if you like,
yeah, no, that's cool. You know what that remind me of? Willy Wonka when he licked the wallpaper. It's a Snozzberry. Who that little Snozzberry? All right, y'all, don't worry about it. In my life. Moving on, y'all. Y'all know how these lives can get. Okay, so niggas just be enjoying their life, and y'all be here in the singing in the background. Lazy was full of shit. So y'all, Tanise, Vanessa, and Aaliyah meet up, and Vanessa says that she can't go to the wedding because she has to work. TT moved the date around so much that she ended up getting a job that she couldn't turn down, so she won't be there, unfortunately. Aaliyah says that she didn't get an invite, so that means that Eric and Aaliyah were not invited to the wedding, and I bet you it was because nobody wanted them to come through looking like the old country aunt and uncle. That's why she only wanted to invite people that was gonna know how to dress. Did y'all see how TT's mama went and got a brand new wig for this wedding? She went and got her a little Toni Braxton wig for this shit. Okay, I was like, girl, you better look like unbreak my heart, say you'll love me again, undo this hurt you caused. Look, I was dying at that wig she had, girl. Ooh, I get so hot when I'm around you, baby. I can touch the sky. You make my temperature rise. Look, you're making me high. Anyway, so like I was saying, them hoes met up. Aaliyah looked a mess. Aaliyah just always looked like she just finished running from somewhere. Like she just finished running in from the Walmart. You know how when you go to Walmart it be hot? And so after you finish putting everything in a car, you be like kind of perspiring just from being inside the warm Walmart, then coming outside and putting everything in your car. And it looked like she left from that and then went to tape. Aaliyah, can you please stop doing this to us? Aaliyah, can you please stop doing this to us? Okay? Like, I really want to stop looking at you and feeling like, I really wish this bitch would do something with herself. Like, I feel like if I was in a scene and didn't have on makeup on, I would still look, you know why I get my lashes done? That's why. And then I'm still going to put on lipstick. I may not have no foundation on, bitch, but I'm going to have lashes and lipstick and some earrings. She does not understand the assignment. I understand that you want to keep this energy of, you know, money ain't changed me, television didn't change me, bitch. It needs to change your wardrobe because you look a mess every time I see you. And I was trying to give you some grace because I wasn't talking about it, but every scene that I see you, I'm like, really, bitch? Really? You didn't look at yourself at all before you came on camera? Let me tell y'all something. Growing up hip hop, hang it up because we're tired. Hang it up because we're tired. We know that y'all need Eric on the show because he messy as fuck. But Aaliyah really brings no purpose to this show except for the fact that she cool with the boring bitches on the show. Do me a favor and at least make her look nice. If you don't have a personality on a reality show, you at least need to look nice. That's where this comes from, y'all. And if you're not going to play the game, bitch, please get off my fucking TV. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. There are certain jobs that are not about looks. Reality show TV ain't one of them, my nigga. It ain't one of them. You don't bring nothing. So you need to bring personality or you need to get somebody to style you because I'm tired. The downtrodden of life on motherfucking growing up hip hop. Stop it. Stop it. What else happened? Tanise start crying about her and JoJo. She and JoJo are going through a toxic cycle. She cries about possibly getting a divorce. JoJo wants her to be a stay-at-home mom. And she said, I tried, but I don't like that shit. So I don't want to do that shit. But he always knew that she didn't want to be a stay-at-home mom, and she still tried to do it to make him happy. Okay, Pete, y'all recognize Brianna be looking dusty, but we don't feel the same amount of aggravation. Do you know why? Because Brianna brings personality. And Brianna also dresses up in the confessionals. And she has confessionals where she's cute, her makeup is done, her hair is done. But Brianna is the relaxed type of girl, but because she's so beautiful, as soon as she pretties it up, that's all you remember. I can't remember a time of seeing Aaliyah with even lipstick on. You look a mess. You look thrifty, bitch. You look real thrifty. Okay? Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but I have to say it. I'm tired of seeing it. Brianna is, first of all, exceptionally beautiful. And then on top of that, she does clean up ever so often. I don't see Aaliyah do that. And like I said, she has a personality. Brianna has a personality. That's why it's okay for her to look crazy, because you know when she come, you're going to get something from her. You may not get a look, but she going to scream on somebody. Okay? Even if it'll tell y'all to get the fuck away from her art. All right? But you're going to get something out of Brianna. Moving along from there. Okay? Oh my God, y'all. Tanise and JoJo. Toxic cycle, her crying. He want her to be a stay-at-home mom. JoJo, go to hell. Aaliyah says that she was stuck at home while Eric was out in the street. So that was one of the reasons why she, didn't like that stay-at-home mom shit. And we already know that we knew that Eric was a hoe. Sorry, y'all. I'm muting and putting myself. I ain't mean to do that. But yeah, we knew Eric was a hoe. Because didn't Eric used to fuck Brianna back in the day? And that's why Aaliyah and Brianna don't like each other right now. It's because they used to fuck. I remember when I first started watching this shit, they was coming up off of that. But that's Aaliyah's fault. And honestly, I feel like that's one of the reasons why Aaliyah should probably take better care of herself than she does. Because I feel like appearance has a lot to do with taking care of yourself. I know people feel like that may not be true, but for me as a woman, taking care of myself is looking good. And you know you don't look the best that you can look, bitch. You know you don't. I almost feel like that nigga might still be cheating on you, and that's why you walking around looking like that, because you done gave up. You done gone ahead and gave up. But all I know is you need to do better by yourself, bitch. Go get them fucking lashes done, bitch. Go get your makeup done. Go get you a nice little wardrobe. They got so many stylists out here that would look. Girl, call Angela. Ask Angela for help. Angela don't do nothing. Angela ain't doing a goddamn thing on this show but showing up and looking good. Okay? That's all the Simmonses really do. The girls, anyway, Vanessa and Angela don't have nothing going on in their personal life that we see. The only reason they show up is to give some legitimacy to the show, collect their check, promote their businesses, and look cute. That's why Vanessa was having such a hard time when she had to lose that baby weight. Because that's really all they bring is look, which is cool. Because at least they bringing something. Okay? Fuck. Tanise says that she's worried about him cheating on her, JoJo. She worrying about going through the same thing that Eric and Aaliyah went through. And he coming in the house late. I say, how late? She was like, coming in the house. I don't know how late, he was coming in the house, but I want to know how late. Vanessa says that, at the end of the day, Tanise transformed JoJo and they just have to recreate the spark. And that's so true because you do have to recreate your spark and all of that. But at the same time, I'm going to just say it like this. I would tell JoJo, I know you having a hard time with life right now, but this is not an open marriage. So just know, if you cheat on me, I'm going to find some dick that is not yours to hop on. Spin around. Make it shake. Clap the cheeks. I would let him know. I would let him know. I'm going to let you know ahead of time so you can decide if you're going to play with me or not. But I would let him know. If you ever come to me telling me that you cheated and you did it because I wasn't giving you enough attention 3 months after having a baby, as soon as I get the energy and find the dick, I am going to cheat on you. Just know that. I'm going to fuck on you. I'm absolutely going to I am going to seek a nigga out to fuck on you. Know that. Just know. And then I want to see if he does it. I'm just saying. I want to give him I want to give him the look. I want to give him what's going to happen. I want to create the visual in its mind so he can know what's going to happen once he decides that he's going to play me like I'm fucking stupid and use me having a baby 3 months ago as a reason to go and cheat because he's not getting enough attention, as if he's not a fucking adult that can pull it together and go jack off in a room until I got time for you. Since you can't pull it the fuck together and do what you're supposed to do as a husband and a father, then I'm going to withdraw and go get some dick. And then we'll see how we feel about it. We'll see how we feel about it after. Have that conversation with him, Tanise. Don't cry. I'm so worried he may cheat on me, girl. I'm worried if he cheat on me, who I'm going to cheat on him with, bitch. I'm already on Instagram looking to see whose DMs I might want to slide in. And ask for the paperwork. Don't forget, Tanise, ask for the paperwork. But also wear condoms. You don't want babies with fuck niggas. And whoever you slide in DMs is going to be a fuck nigga. Somebody that knows what they're doing. In and out. No feelings. But I would hurt JoJo's big fucking teeth feelings. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I would hurt the nigga feelings. And I'm going to be real, y'all. 3 months after having a baby, that girl probably don't want to have sex with nobody else. I wouldn't want to have sex with nobody else. You still, your nigga sperm created life in your womb 3 months. You had a baby for a nigga 3 months ago. You really just want him to be helpful. You really want him to just be like, babe, what you need from me. You really want him to be wondering about your feelings and what you need and to care and help you with the baby and be preemptive and help wash clothes and help fold things and make food and see when you're doing something. And, oh, I know after she finished doing that, she might have to do this. So instead of me laying on the sofa and playing fucking video games, let me help her. And let me do this before she even finished doing that. And she might be like, oh, thank you so much, babe. And then she might be like, you know what? I'm going to go get in the shower. Have your dick out when I get out. You never know what happens when you offer women what they actually need in the moment. What they need in the moment. Not what you are used to having to give. Not what you want, but what they need in the moment. There's a way to get attention, but you also have to be in it for the right reasons. It has to be because you want to help your wife feel good and therefore she'll help you feel good. But you can't be doing it because you feel like, oh, I'm going to get some dick after I fold these clothes. I mean, I'm going to get some pussy after I get, fold these clothes. No, nigga, you still may not get no pussy after you fold those clothes because I'm tired. And then because the baby started crying and my nipple hurts. But you want me to be all in your face, looking at you and your gums. Boy, bye. Y'all get JoJo the fuck out of my face. Get JoJo the fuck out of my face. I'm going to tell you right now, you know what I do? Every time that nigga gave me an issue like this, y'all know what I would do? I would call his daddy. I would call his daddy and be on the phone with his daddy. Reverend, how you doing, Pops? I'm not feeling, I just wanted to call you and get your opinion about something because JoJo makes it seem like he don't want to be with me no more. Can you pray for us? Because right now we really going through it. Like, nigga be like, put JoJo on the phone. No, Pops, I really don't want you to talk to him right now. Put JoJo on the phone. Let me rap to him right quick. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hey, girl, had that baby. If you don't go jack off and sit your ass down, what is you complaining to her for? Rev on the phone in the tub and shit. Like, you got this girl interrupting my bad time because you don't know how to handle your wife. Is this what I'm hearing? I didn't teach you. I didn't teach you how to worry about your wife. I didn't. Okay. Motherhood is hard work. Just had a baby 6 months ago and I'm tired. All I want to be able to do is sleep. Just let me sleep. Bruh. Lyric be trying to make me sleep now. I know if I ever have a child and I'm like that, and they're going to be like, hey, go to sleep. That's why I want to have a baby with him. You know why? Because he'll let me go to sleep. I won't have to tell him to hold the baby's neck. I'm going to figure it out because he don't want the baby neck to be hanging like this while he holding him. Call his mama, his real one, not his stepmom. I didn't say call his mama. I said call his daddy. A lot of times niggas don't listen to their mama. They listen to their daddy, though. That's why you got to, say call a daddy. But anyway, y'all, Twist. Twist decided he wanted to bring his little girlfriend to TT wedding like we care. Grandma is there, and that's all TT cared about. That's what she say. But she gonna freak out about every fucking thing else. If grandma being alive for the wedding is all that matter, I need for you to focus on more of what's important in life. Okay? And not the rain in the red tent and all of that shit. Like, if you really, you could have got married inside, bitch. Checkmate. The fuck out of here. All of this bullshit. You know why people don't get married outside? For this exact fucking reason. You could have got married inside. Or you could have got married at a venue that gave you the option of doing both. Oh, is this a venue that does both? What are we crying about? I'm sorry, y'all. I just feel like it's a lot of unnecessary stress for a marriage that's going to end in a few years. But anyway, child, when I tell you that baby probably won't make 10 years old before they get a divorce, but we'll wait and see. Because I don't want to speak anything bad on them people's relationship, but they already tire me the fuck out. So I don't know how they're going to stay together long term, if not for the fact that they don't live together all the time. Okay, somebody making a late comment. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, gotcha. All right. If that access can comment, gotcha. Okay. Because we're not talking about that right now, so I won't go back to it. Anyway, so they have a real bachelor and bachelorette party. And everybody's telling TT how much they love her, and she getting all emotional, and Sean gets to dance with his friends. They was just down to the bar. It looked like everybody was having a really good time. Obviously everybody was not invited, as y'all see. Oh well, child. We know everybody ain't really friends. So the day of the wedding, it's pouring down raining, and they have a rehearsal right before. Everybody else is drinking coffee except for Sean. Sean is starting his day off with alcohol. And I was just like, I don't know about y'all, but if you got to drink as soon as you get up in the morning right before your wedding, you probably don't want to get married. I'm just saying, whatever. Or you're an alcoholic. Pick one. TT got a burn on her face from a facial, which was a light burn, and makeup could have covered it up. So I wouldn't have even been tripping, but I do understand like just the feeling like everything is going wrong. She starts crying, and this was the first and only time when I have seen Sean and this girl on this show that I have ever felt like they really loved each other. Like, ever felt like the relationship was positive in any real way. Okay, because it always felt like TT wanted a rich white man, and she got her a white man that she could help become rich, which is even better because that means you get more stake in the money if they had it, if they grew it once y'all got married. I think she wanted her biracial baby. I think those were things that were most important to her, and she got those things. So excuse me if I wasn't ever like really looking at their relationship like it was about love. But watching him calm her down and tell her that everything was going to be okay, and telling her that he'll put a mark on his face so that they can look like Nelly at the fucking wedding together, that made me feel like, oh my God, I get it. I finally see why y'all like each other. Do I think that's going to sustain a marriage? I don't know. Because y'all pick at each other too much for me. Like, I'm just tired. I'm just tired looking at y'all. So I don't know. It was a moment that I finally got it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't know. T is working like a true Jamaican trying to hustle. Yeah, probably. The moment probably. I guess, child. I just think sometimes I find things so sad that I can't focus on anything else. And when I see that self-hating thing with TT, that's all I can see. That's all I can see. So her relationship with Sean is about her self-hate. Her skin tone about her self-hate. Her wiggage about her self-hate. Her precious little baby with white skin and a black face. Precious. He's so precious. He was dancing in the lobby. I said, that little boy got a black people face, though. Got Peppa's original nose out this motherfucker. Adorable little baby. Okay, white skin. Peppa's original nose. And I love it. Because I think Peppa looked better the first time. I think Peppa didn't need to do anything to her face, especially not after her face was already famous. I never understood that. Like, it'd be different when y'all hoes be coming into the industry brand new and we don't know what y'all look like really. But when people when people like Peppa and them who have been famous for years decide to get surgery, and now we be looking at them like, what you did that for? We've been looking at you the same way this whole time. Like, we already knew what you look like. What did you do? Peppa definitely got addicted. TT is a producer for other shows, which makes me understand why they wouldn't be together all the time. Yeah, for sure. But that's not the only reason why. It's also because he lives in Jamaica. And she doesn't want to be in Jamaica. I agree. I'm of Jamaican descent, and there's an underlying issue out there when it comes to self-hate and colorism. Child, that make me so sad. It make me so sad because Jamaica was one of the first places I ever been to in my life where I felt like, oh my God, there are black people all over all the billboards. Like, I never seen anything like that before. Like, we had black people on the billboards in New Orleans, but also It's not the same thing as when we went to Jamaica and it was like it was black people everywhere, all on, you know, and I just love that. It was a good feeling to see that. So to see y'all not know how lucky y'all are to see yourselves all over the place. Y'all beautiful, you know, dark skin and all of that. Like it makes me sad. It makes me sad because I feel like nobody should be trying to look like white people but white people. Nobody should be trying to look like white people but white people. Everybody should look like whatever the fuck their ethnicity and their racial makeup is. They should look like that. You know what I mean? Anything else is just disappointing and fucking sad. Twist was petty when he looked at the camera and said, Miss Pepper, you should have been here for your family. I want Twist to stop being like this person. Sometimes I feel like he has this superior attitude when he constantly fucking up. And he's another one of those self-hating black people. So, you know, like that's all I see when I look at him too. Like, oh, we were supposed to be so surprised that the girlfriend wasn't black. No, not at all. Like, you the same one out here taking jail time for Justin Bieber. I'll never get over that shit. You can tell you put white people before you. Listen, when it was time to come home, we realized we hadn't been near a white person in weeks. Bruh. Like, it is crazy. It is crazy. It's all Korean people to have a white man or a kid is rich. That's so sad because it's not. Like, white people are poor here too. They make up the greatest percentage of poor people in this country are white. If y'all did not know that. It's not black people as much as they make you think it is. Twist used to look brown skinned. Child, who knows? Who knows? Drugs are a factor. Drugs are always a factor. HBCU does that. I've grown up around black folks all my life, but when I went to HBCU, it just hit different. Oh, bro, you ain't lying. I enjoyed. The only difference though is I went to all black school. Like growing up in New Orleans, it's easy to go to a good all black school here. It just has to be Catholic. So I was used to being around a lot of black people at one point or another, but to see it on billboards is a different thing. So like in Jamaica, I loved it so much because of that. And it's like y'all really don't even know like how good y'all have it. And it's because y'all think we have it better and y'all have no idea. Like this is y'all shit. Like, and then ain't nobody fucking with y'all like they fuck with us here. You know, we may have what looks like a better life, but honestly, the things we have are things that y'all can have if somebody would just do the fucking work to set it up. The fucking y'all need a better water system, and y'all need better roads, which is shit y'all could do without a white person. I'm just saying, like it is. Yeah, there are way more white people in jail, way more white people on welfare because they make up most of the population. They make up most of the population, and they are like. Didn't we just talk about how white people will go and take townships and shit? Why y'all think they wasn't creating that for themselves? Why did they need to go and take shit from black people? Ask yourself that because they're derelicts. Okay, they were fucking derelicts. All white people aren't out here making money, y'all. I hope y'all know that. Just like all black people are not derelicts. Just like all black people are not on fucking welfare. Like, where do y'all get that from? Like, most people I know used to feel like I ain't getting on no welfare. Like, even if they needed the shit. Like, shit. I remember when I could have got on food stamps after when I was in college. Bitch, I got on food stamps. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Yes. Give me the monies. Okay, we're about to get into love during lockup because that was basically it. Deplorables, right? If it ain't bad in Jamaica, then why do people bleach? What you mean if it ain't bad in Jamaica, then why do people bleach? I meant they don't have to deal with police brutality and like, white people killing them the way we have to deal with. That's what I meant when I said that. But them having it bad, people feeling like that's an island people thing. I don't know if you know, but white people started townships like, white people enslaved black people on all of the islands, instilled the racism in them, and then left them. And then the racism is just still there. And it just keeps going on and on and on. And then the thing that helps island people keep thinking that white people are better is because they get to see American life. As island people, they probably see American life more than other countries. So what they see from American life, and from their experience of tourism and all of that, it makes them feel like white people are better. And that's because white people usually have more money to travel to those places than black people do. So they probably assume, they assume whatever they assume. They assume the stereotypical things. And y'all also have to think about how media is controlled in other places and how people don't always get the same news. People don't understand things. And then when they come to this country, what information are they being given when they come here? You gotta think about that. Look, Pete, I was just saying this. I'm Kenyan, and after moving to America, I realized that black people, regardless of country or origin, are taught to hate ourselves. It's remnants of colonialism. Okay? It's just that black people in America and in countries with white people have had to deal with it head on. So we've had to deal with things like seeing ourselves. And because they lived in close proximity to us, eventually they had to extend their rights to us. But when black people live in places where there are no white people like that, then that same access is not extended to them. People in America, the only reason that everybody gets access is because America is supposed to be for all, but really it meant for all the white people that other countries did not want. That's what it originally meant. And when we came over here, we were brought over here, okay, okay, kicking and screaming and jumping off boats to commit suicide for hundreds of years, being tricked, being manipulated, being sold stories about coming over here for education, coming over here for the church. There were so many different ways that we were manipulated into coming over here. So please stop believing that story that we were just sold from other black people. That's not how black people thought this was going to go. Okay, everybody sells slaves before. It did not look what American slavery looked like. Chattel slavery was some new shit. Like, it was the new drug, y'all. Nobody knew what it was gonna do until it did it. Okay, just to be clear, because they tell y'all that shit like y'all supposed to be mad at the Africans and all of that. And then they tell the Africans that, oh, look how they went over there and had a better life, even though they lazy and they don't do nothing. Like, that's what they lie and tell Africans and different other black people in the diaspora. They tell them negative things about African Americans so that when they come here, they'll feel that we are competition. Because the worst thing for the white man, and look, I'm sorry, this may sound old school for y'all, but the worst thing for colonialism, for white supremacy, is for people of color to come together. And when I say people of color, it's because the whole world is made up mostly of people of color and not white people. And colonialism and white supremacy is a mind fuck created to keep everybody in check, because the truth of the matter is white people are outnumbered and physically and genetically insuperior, which is why they have to make it seem as if we're insuperior. Like, y'all know what I mean. I'm fucking the words up, but y'all know what I'm saying. They have to make it seem like we're less than they are, because the truth of the matter is it's kind of the opposite. Like, that's why slavery was the way it was because they knew that they could not work the way they needed us to work. They could not work in the heat. They could not work in those fields like that because they were dying. Trust me, they tried to get the Irish people to do it first, but the Irish people were dying in large numbers and could not sustain life under the conditions. And because African people were already used to certain amounts of heat, certain amounts of humidity, we were able to work in those conditions. And that is the reason why they went and got us. And then they took everything about us and made us think it was a negative and it was a bad thing, when the truth of the matter is everything about us is innate to our geographical location. But let them tell it. Your wide nostrils is just a bad thing. No, bitch, you had wide nostrils because you lived somewhere where the air was more humid, so you needed to take in more air. White people come from the Caucasus Mountains and higher up in places that are colder, which is why they had clothes before we did, like, in large numbers and all of that, because they lived in places where it was cold. They would have smaller noses sometimes or longer noses because they lived in places where the air is higher, the air is thinner. They don't need bigger noses. Okay? Like, they weren't around the sun as much because they lived in caves. Like, it's a whole bunch of shit that explains why we look the way we look. And in society creates stupid shit around, stupid narratives around the way people live their lives, and then all of a sudden we have a hierarchy of white supremacy. It's sad and stupid at this point. I'm exhausted with it because I don't understand how people don't see how dumb it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why people don't see how dumb it is. Like, it's stupid. It's stupid. But they, niggas be out here promoting it heavy, believing in it heavy. But I love to unwrap y'all minds from some of the shit that we've been taught. Cause I think sometimes that people be knowing this shit and y'all really don't be knowing some of this shit. And I'll be surprised. I'll be like, I didn't know that shit. Well, shit, let me just start telling y'all instead of like not going into it because I think y'all already know it. But anyway, y'all, let's move on to love during lockup. Okay. And this is how you know that most people in jail are not always black, because most of the people on these shows be what? Okay. Y'all know I be trying to do something more than talk about mess with y'all all the time. I try to use the mess to talk about real shit. I try to not make it all about the mess. Look, history and black history. Y'all know I mean. Our skin tone is also dependent on the environment. That is why Africans have dark skin, because of the sun. Yes. Okay. And also in general, black people of all pigmentations create melanin. That's another thing. So like the idea that you are more African than somebody else because one African skin tone is darker than yours, that's not true either. Just to let y'all know. It's just it's a luck of the draw sometimes with that, because if you notice, there are African tribes of people that have not been touched by white people, and they are not all the darkest of dark skin. Like, that's not how it works. Inferior, yes, y'all know my mind be just, and the words be somewhere out there, but y'all know what I be trying to say to y'all, okay? Based on them, Egyptians were white and had straight hair when in fact they were black. I mean, you shoot the nose off my pharaoh. Shout out to Beyonce. All right, let's go ahead and get into love during lockup. Max and Tara, let's start with them because they don't make sense. First of all, there was no Tara. Apparently, Max has not talked to her again since he talked to her the last time, and he canceled his date with a real life person. I think he don't want to go on dates with real life people because then he would have to deal with his insecurities that he still feels, even though he is no longer the fat boy. If y'all did not know that, Max grew up as the fat boy and felt away. And he went to the gym and started doing stuff to himself. But he looked real regular this episode. I think it's because he wasn't wearing those weird contacts that he likes to wear. I don't know. Or maybe the Botox had worn off a bit. I don't know. His face just looked a little bit more normal. I also wish that he would relax his body a little bit, because somebody that's always walking around like this, that shit is not attractive. Like, you look tense. Please fucking relax. Okay. Either way, he just be walking around like a gorilla. His body is just weird. I just want him to tone it down just a tad bit. Just calm everything the fuck down. Either way, he got on FaceTime with some random chick that was in jail. She was blurred out, so I didn't. What's her name? Elizabeth? I don't really care what her name was. They blurred her out. She was on FaceTime with him. She got up and showed him her butt, which I was like, okay, did we need to see that? I don't know. There was nothing really to see. Anyway, apparently he was like, she's in the fitness, like I'm in the fitness. I'm like, is she? She's in prison. What else can she do besides be into fitness? Anyway, he was more excited about the fact that she actually answered the video chat, because before nobody wanted to answer any of his video chat calls with his thirsty ass. Okay. But because this girl answered, now he's feeling more optimistic. And he was like, maybe Tara was just a part of a bad batch. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, you weirdo? Like, why don't you find a person in real life for once, instead of always trying to date emotionally unavailable women in prison that are just using you for money, sitting up there talking about she didn't ask me for any money. Yeah, she didn't ask you for any money because she knows all she has to do is talk to you a few more times and then she can ask you for money. They're all going to eventually ask you for money, Max. And aren't you sleeping in Alyssa's bed? So Alessa has a place, and Alessa allows you to stay, because that's the girl he be sleeping with for OnlyFans, right? He's not in a relationship with her, but he lives with her, sleeps with her, fucks her for money, and doesn't tell her about his relationships with women in prison unless he absolutely has to. Okay, so she doesn't know that he's back to talking to women in prison while he's back in her bed. And I was just like, first of all, Alessa, you stupid. You can do better. I don't know why you letting this man play you like this. Second of all, you living off that girl. So the fact that you're trying to make sure that the girls in prison don't ask you for money while you all up and through Alessa's house and all up and through her pockets, child, get the fuck out of here. You think like fucking her for OnlyFans should be enough, but I feel like no. I feel like he is bringing nothing to the table. You can find somebody to fuck on OnlyFans anywhere, girl. You can find somebody to fuck on OnlyFans. They got their own place, Alessa. Let that nigga fend for himself because I don't like him. I don't like him. Okay. I always tell my girls their brown skin is beautiful and only buy them brown dolls. And I'm teaching them self-love young, especially with us living in an all-white community. Yeah, because that's scary living in an all-white community. You should definitely teach them to be proud of who they are, because if not, they're not going to see it anywhere else. They won't see it in school. They won't see it, in their neighborhoods. The boys won't like the black girls. Like, I mean, they like them. I'm not saying it won't happen, but that is an energy that they're going to feel at some point, not being seen as attractive because they're not white, especially if they're, if there aren't any black kids around them. But anyway, they'll always find one black kid, a few black kids, honestly, especially once they start becoming teenagers, child. Then everybody wants to fuck everybody just for the fun of it. But anyway, moving on from Max and Tara, because ain't nothing going on. Like, he's going to continue to date women in prison because something's wrong with him. Gabby and Chris, child. Gabby was pissed off this whole episode. She was in her feelings and butt hurt. Do you hear me? Butt hurts. Okay. Gabby and Essie went back up to the prison for the second time to try to see if they can get Chris out of jail. Set up there for an hour and 45 minutes. And then Chris' mom calls and tells them the same shit she told Gabby before Gabby drove her dumb ass up there to get him, which was that the federale hood was probably going to get him and he had to serve federal time. So she found that out after sitting in the parking lot for an hour and 45 minutes. And now she mad that she came up here 2 days in a row to see somebody that's not even there. It's like, well, his mom tried to tell you and you didn't want to believe her. Now you're talking about when he get out of jail in March, you're going to go get him by yourself. Girl, please. If that man people decide they want to be there, they're going to be there. And it's obvious there's nothing you can do about it. You can go up there by yourself, but that don't mean that they're not going to be up there when you get there, girl. Gabby's stupid. I'm just saying, y'all, she looked so mad. And I was like, why you so mad? This what happened when you in relationships with niggas in jail. Why you this mad? It's a part of that life, girl. Take it on the chin. Hold up. Who next? No, Ty and Boston and them are next. Okay, let's get to them. Child, my 5-year-old wants her hair straightened because of her classmate that is white. I had to explain shrinkage. Your hair is longer than hers, baby. Oh, see what I'm saying? I can't get over someone calling him Johnny Bravo. That's what that nigga look like. I don't like her. She always say you people. Yeah, I don't like Gabby either. And I think that Chris is a dodo bird for giving her all his fucking money. Real nigga shit. But anyway, so Ty and Boston get into that fight. Last episode we saw that they met up with their homegirls and then they sit down and Boston just had a lot of shit to talk because her homegirl was there, right? So she like, how long you been messing with him and how you met him and da-da-da. And so, Ty is explaining, but she got mad attitude and shit. So basically Boston was on bullshit as soon as she ran up because she had this sweatshirt on. I guess a sweatshirt that Hottie was selling because y'all know he's a rapper or some shit like that. So apparently he had this sweatshirt and only a few of them were being circulated. And Ty had been asking for one and he said that he couldn't get her one. And now old girl got one. So she pissed off. I'm like, so you this mad because of a sweatshirt with a nigga face on it? Yeah, that's stupid. That's so stupid. Boston threw some did this, put her hand in the glass and did this to Ty. Because Ty called her a dodo bird. She was like, you a dodo bird, bitch. And then Ty like started throwing licks. I'm not sure if they actually connected, but she was throwing licks and then she climbed over the table on her and then fell on top of her. And then somebody got in between them. And then Boston's homegirl tried to get in it, but security and all of them was keeping them apart. Okay, no real hits received. Boston homegirl jumps in. Ty says that Boston stole her happy life. And I'm just like, no, Ty, no. Boston didn't steal anything. Heidi is a fucking liar, and you know that, which is why you like dating these men, because then you don't actually have to be in a real relationship. You don't have to be disappointed by somebody in real life. Like, there's a psychology to the reason why people like to date motherfuckers in prison. And a lot of times it's because they can keep this fantasy alive for longer. This fantasy of what can be created. Because once people get out of jail, all you deal with is the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs. And it murders the fantasy very quickly. And so I think a lot of people in these relationships, talking to people online and in jail, are liking the fact that they can keep this fantasy alive. And they know it's a fantasy. They know they live in a fantasy, but that's what they want to do. So Hattie ends up calling Ty, trying to beg her for her forgiveness. And she like, no, fuck you, nigga. It's over. Don't call me no more. And then she goes past the prison and shows her titties to all of the men that can see her, because she knows it'll get back to Hattie that the girl he fucked with was outside with her big ass titties flopping around on the side of the building. I guess Ty, like, Ty, you need to do better, my girl, because this was all. Another thing. Okay, so like, you a beautiful woman, and there's no disrespect. There's no disrespect. But I'm gonna need for you to go get a tooth replacement before you spend any more money on niggas in jail. Do you hear me? I need for you to go and get a tooth replacement before you spend any more money on niggas in jail. Because it doesn't make sense to me for you to be smiling that big with a big ass hole on the side of your mouth where a tooth needs to be. That doesn't make sense. But you got money to go and give to these niggas in prison who you are not going to get anything out of. For example, how much money did you spend on Hattie? Which ends up being a waste of money. And then you sitting up there talking about, that's all right, because I got a whole bunch of other niggas to replace you with. And guess what? That's still gonna be money you spent that you don't recoup in no type of way. And you the one on the outside with a hole on the side of your mouth. Girl, they're priorities. Okay? Priorities. Spent $15,000. Bitch, you could have got a whole new tooth. But you out here spending your money on niggas in jail. Priorities. Placement. Let's go ahead and move on to another dodo bird, Haley and Dalton. So y'all, last time we talked to Haley and Dalton, Haley talked to Dalton mama, found out from her lawyer that he was asking her for money to give to his ex-girlfriend because she got in some legal troubles and needed $500, and that's the exact amount of money that he asked Haley for. And then when she confronted him about it the last episode, he was sitting up there talking about he never asked her for nothing. And she was like, what are you talking about? You ask me for money every time we talk. And I'm like, so this man know you're a single mother trying to save for a house, and he's asking you for money every time y'all talk, and you don't see the red flag? Another thing that I didn't talk about the last time. Do y'all remember when Haley went to go talk to Dalton's mom, and she was like, he gets his life together easier when there isn't a woman there trying to do everything for him. And then we saw all of the hundreds of fucking mug shots that Dalton had. I was like, Dalton mama, I don't know what la la land you living in, but I would like to know at what point in your son's life did he have his shit together? Because the nigga has been in and out of jail seemingly his entire teenage and adult life based off this amount of mug shots. And I also feel like if he was black, they would put him under the jail and not let him out with this many mug shots. If he was black, he would not be getting in and out this many times. He would be in and have to stay in. And Haley goes on a date with her lesbian homegirl, who obviously has a crush on her. And we should have known that because she was big mad about Haley being all into Dalton the first time we met her. Well, now she's taking Haley on a boat ride so she can tell Haley that she has feelings for her. And I was like, I don't know what friend was on, but it seemed as the boat ride went on, she got more and more loaded. And she was like, I don't want to tell you this, but I really have feelings for you, but I know you're like in a situation. You know what I'm saying? But you taking bitches out on dates without telling them. Child, I guess. Anyway, so Haley was feeling it because Haley has been feeling bad about what happened with Dalton. So her and homegirl end up kissing and making out and all of this, and she's enjoying her attention, as she said. Well, the next time we see Haley, after she finished making out with Emily, she's getting ready to do a video visit with Dalton because they've made up. We knew that was gonna happen, but she does this visit with him. Apparently, he sent her a portrait. He got one of the homeboys in jail to draw for him, which was a picture of her and Hendrix. I was like, that nigga laying it on thick so you can come and give him some more of your money. He laying it on thick. And he really knew that he was hitting a home run by giving you something that has something to do with your son. But to me, you still dumb. Because you still gonna end up giving that nigga money, talking about I'm waiting for him to get out of jail, so you know me and him and Hendrix could live happily ever after. Yeah, okay, girl. Okay, girl. I don't believe it, but okay, girl. I think Haley is a dodo bird, and that's that on that. Let's move on to Santiba. Y'all, Santiba. Santiba went the fuck in this episode. Okay. What the fuck in? So y'all know it's been a little while since Santiba talked to Talsley, and Talsley decided to call her up out the blue when she was, you know, at her little spot by the water, you know, having a come to Jesus moment. He gonna call her. She was like, "Hello, who is this?" He was like, "It's Talsley." Okay, what you want? Well, I was just trying to call because I wanted to, you know, bring some closure to the situation. He says that he saw that someone commented something sexual on her Facebook page, and that's the reason why he ghosted her and then got out of jail, lied about getting out of jail, and then ended up getting engaged to another bitch. I was just kind of like, first of all, I wouldn't even let him talk, because what you're not about to do is call me out the blue so you can blame me for why you just treated me badly. Boy, you got me more than fucked up. More than fuck. As soon as he said that shit, I would have hung up the phone. I'm not even about to argue with you. You really called me because you thought I needed to hear that it was my fault that you ghosted me and then treated me like shit after I gave you all of that money. If you really thought somebody was fucking with me, why you didn't say nothing? You didn't say anything. You lied to me about when you got out of jail, and then you were supposedly engaged to another woman that you didn't tell me about. But it was my fault because somebody commented on my Facebook page. If I was saying, see, but I wouldn't have even spent all of that time screaming at that nigga. I would have hung up on him as soon as he said that shit. I wouldn't even answer the phone, but I would have hung up on him as soon as he said that shit, talking about that little $20 she used to give him every week. I would have been like, nigga, it's more than you had, and it's more than you'll ever get out of me again. That's how you know you shouldn't even be giving shit to these niggas in prison, because they feel entitled to get things from people. And nobody needs to give you anything. You're in prison. Nobody has to give you anything. I don't care who you are or what you did beforehand. If you are in jail, nobody has to give you shit. Nobody has to do that. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, so she screamed on him, hung up on him, and then cried and said, how can you fake love? Girl, shut up. People fake love all the time to manipulate money out of people, to manipulate sex out of people. Are you really going to act like as a 40-something-year-old woman you don't know that? Anyway, she finds another inmate who's in jail for a drug charge to talk to and fall in love with. I'm like, okay, girl, if you want to go through this again, I guess. Girl, if you want to go through this again, I guess, girl, let's go ahead and move on to Indy and Harry, child, because that shit was hilarious to me. Okay. So y'all, Indy talked to her psychic. Okay. And y'all know how much Indy be into her psychic, girl. Okay. So she talked to her psychic about Harry, and if it still seems like she's gonna live the dream with him. And I had to pause because I'm like, why you sound so stupid? Y'all, why do y'all sound so, y'all? No marriage is happily ever after, y'all. No marriage is a dream. Like, get this, white picket fence bullshit out of your mind. Do you know what's going on behind white picket fences? Do you know what's going on in middle America? People are on drugs. People are fucking each other's family members. People are fucking the kids. People are cheating. People are beating people. Like, Please stop acting like there is any section of the world where everything is perfect. Please stop acting like that. Marriage is not going to lead to a perfect life. A man is not going to save you and give you a perfect life. What are you talking about? Especially not a man in jail that realistically has nothing to offer you because he can't even do anything for himself right now because he is under the control of the fucking state. The state and the government are in control of that man. He's not even in control of himself. And then when he is in control of himself, he is out of control, which is why his ass ends up back in jail. He in the halfway house drinking and getting high and shit. She talking to the psychic about whether he gonna be faithful or not. Apparently, they can still have the happily ever after, but she's gonna have to be around him permanently. And she's going to have to deal with the fact that he is going to have weak moments when he cheats on her. Weak moments. Child, first of all, don't expect monogamy out of a person you're not married to. That's the first thing I'm going to tell y'all to stop doing. Stop expecting monogamy from a person you're not married to, a person you're not engaged to, a person that you have not made that agreement with. Okay? Stop doing that. Also, stop being monogamous with people that are in jail. Stop doing that. That's stupid. Can I tell y'all that? Not having sex because your partner is in jail is stupid. If you go to jail, know that somebody else is getting your pussy. That makes no sense. Women who be out here not having sex for 5, 10, 15 years because they nigga in jail, bitch, you are stupid. I don't know how else to say it. But she's worrying about him cheating. And it was so funny because in one breath, her psychic was like, yeah, you're going to have happily ever after. But as long as you okay with this nigga cheating on you, because he going to be cheating on you. I was just like, girl, what? And basically, Indy decided after talking to her sister that she was okay with being cheated with. At first, her sister made her feel stupid. But at the end of it, she was still expecting to go and pick him up from prison. She's still with him. She's still in love with him and her mama and still intending on interrogating him. Child, Harry is 23 years old. She's 29. She's stupid for even thinking he's going to be able to be what she needs in a husband and talking about, I'm ready for traveling and just living a happy married life. Girl, please fucking stop. Please stop, y'all. Please stop. Like, I'm so tired of y'all thinking that somebody gonna give y'all a happily ever after. This is not Disney, bitch. This is not a fairy tale. Life is not a fairy tale. Get that shit out your fucking head. Get that shit out your head. Indy is 30 years old. Indy is a single mother. Indy knows that life is not a fairy tale. But her dumb ass still gonna sit up here and expect a boy to be a man for her and her child. And we see she gonna be on Love After Lockup, right? Because Love After Lockup starts next week, as if it never left. And she gonna be on there. I was just like, all right. So you can continue to get your little heart broke, your little face broke, your little feelings hurt by the little young ass nigga. He gonna tell her, I'm not cheating on you. The answer is no. And if you believe that, then you betting against me. And that's the biggest mistake you could ever make, is to bet against me. I would have been like, dude, you're in jail. The state bet against you and won. The state bet against you and won. And right, what traveling y'all gonna do when this nigga on parole? La la land. La la land. Oh no, you know her mama is sick of this because her mama has taught them better. So her mama probably feels like, girl, what the fuck? Where did you learn this? Where did this happen, girl? She need to go to therapy. They need to send Indy slow ass to therapy, girl, because the fact that you even want to be with a 23-year-old nigga in jail shows that you slow. Girl, I'm sorry. Slow. It hurts your feelings? Guess what? Stop being slow. I said what the fuck I said. Because I be knowing people be watching me, and I'm sorry. Like, at some point, I can't give a fuck about y'all feelings. I gotta say what it is. And this is just stupid. Like, you really out here expecting talking like the way she was talking. Like, oh, you really think this nigga gonna be able to give you that word, girl? Okay, I guess. Girl, you know how hard it is for niggas that haven't went to jail to get good jobs and be able to get money enough to provide you with a life that can get you a house, a life that can get you nice cars, a life that gets you good credit, a life that can get you traveling. That costs money. So unless you want this nigga to go back to selling drugs and ending up back in jail, I need to know, like, how your spiritual husband gonna pay for shit? Are you planning on putting your daughter through having a lack so that you can provide a life for a 23-year-old fuck nigga that's gonna end up back in prison because he don't know how to control himself? The nigga in jail made me feel like he didn't know how to control himself. Exactly. He gonna get out of jail and she gonna take care of his ass until it stresses her out and pulls all her little hair out. I wonder if she one of them. I'm not black, I Dominican looking bitches. I wonder if she one of them. Cause I be like, girl, why is your hair this frizzy? Like, did you not know that your hair was gonna get frizzy? Like, okay, anyway. Girl, I can't stand when hoes hair, they be having their hair like it's gonna stay slick. You know what I'm saying? Like, she put the slick in it, and it's like, girl, you knew that was gonna get frizzy. Like, what are you ignoring the kink in your hair or something because you think you Dominican and I black? Yeah, Bondy, mama definitely ain't raised her to be this way, and that's a fact. You could tell. Think about, is she Maryland? No, she find someone. No, she can find someone if she wait. What? I thought it was only me, Bondy, about her hair. No, I was sitting up. I've been trying to ignore that shit. But I couldn't. All right, y'all, I'm done. I've been on here for long enough today. I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and go to bondyblueshow.com. Okay, bondyblueshow.com and sign up for my website. All right, you can see the Bel Air podcast on there. You go to shows at the top and go to exclusive content. If you are a member, you can go to exclusive member content and get episode 2. And that's where you'll also be able to find the remaining episodes once I finish editing them and posting them. Okay. So I love you guys so much. I'm gonna continue to try to give y'all a little extra shit here and there. I hope y'all enjoy the podcast, and I'll talk to y'all later.